Okay, so stream should be back online. If anybody's watching, can you drop me a message in the stream chat, please, to let me know everything's going through okay, the audio's all right, etc., etc. We've got a bit of time before the race starts, but I just want to do some checks to make sure everything's okay. Dearie mate. Okay, I'm just going to join the group. Alrighty, in the group. Car settings are as expected. I'm starting the race on the mediums. Brake balance is -5 as expected. We are good. Okay, I'm gonna push my door to. Go back. Let's do this. Let's get some warm up in. We'll just double check that. Yeah, 9700, medium. All settings are default settings. Out on track we go. Okay, thanks Z, you can hear me. I'm just going to head out on track now, so if you want to let me know if the audio balance is okay once the engine gets going. Yeah, so for those who are tuning in right now and wondering what's going on, we are currently getting the lobby set up, because what it is, there are a total of 33 people taking part tonight, but because Gran Turismo only supports a maximum of 16 drivers in each race when we're doing these custom races, or these special races if you will, as a result, what we're having to do is essentially split the racing groups up into 3 separate groups of 11, of which I'm in group number 2, so we're the second fastest group of drivers. Something off the track there. And we're just getting everybody organised into their different race groups. So right now, I'm sitting on a Discord server on my phone, which is organising the race, and you may hear every so often a little bit of echo off my microphone. That will be the race director who's organising this, telling us all to come into the pits, that we're going to be doing our pre-race checks, of which there are a number, to make sure that everybody can participate in the race happily, etc, etc. So this is sort of the setup phase. We should be getting underway at 8 o'clock GMT in the evening, so that's 2000 hours GMT, or in other words 27 minutes from now, just looking at my PC clock. But other than that, for now, I'm just getting warmed up. I've done no GT Sport in the last 2 days, so I'm going to be a bit rusty compared to most. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Got the Honda shirt on, supporting the full flavours of Honda here. For those who are tuning in via the stream at the moment, and who will be tuning in throughout the stream, if you type something in the stream chat, I'm probably not going to respond to it until pit stop. To give you an idea, I will be focusing 100% on the race, because I really want to achieve my target in this one of hitting 65 laps or higher. Thanks, Z. Thanks for confirming that the audio is okay. Yeah, it will be a bit low, unfortunately. Yeah, there should. I've tried to get it balanced as much as possible between the car and my microphone. The only thing is, unfortunately, because I'm using a PC headset with the PlayStation 4, what the it doesn't accommodate custom side tone settings, which means right now to have to have my audio up loud so I can actually hear my engine and hear cars that are near me, I'm actually getting a huge amount of side tone in my right ear, which is very off-putting. I'm not used to playing games with side tone. That's where, for those who are wondering what side tone is, that's where when you say something into your microphone, it's played back to you. I'm not sure 100% why people would use that in game. Perhaps they like to make sure they hear what they said is correct, but it's a bit off-putting, but I'll just try and get through it. Unfortunately, I can't customise it because it's not a PS4 headset. This is a Sennheiser, oh, I can't remember the name, Sennheiser GSP330s, and they're made more for PC. But there we go. Yeah, so the only thing I've just noticed is my face cam is blocking the track map up in my top right corner of my screen, and it will be on your screen as well. However, thanks to the ingenuity of a heads-up display, bottom right-hand corner, I can always switch to track map. I will not need to do fuel checking throughout this race, so I've planned out the fuel. And I've got a piece of paper to my right, which you won't be able to see, which actually lists how many laps I plan to do on each set of tyres and how long I should expect to be out on track for each stint. So I've done a bit of prep for this, I'm not going to lie. I've done my best to try and get this to a point whereby we're literally going to be out on track for as long as possible in order to get as much racing time in. Okay, that's me going up a little bit there, balance it out on the curb. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Got someone coming up behind me, I can see that at the moment. In terms of qualifying, so for those who are not aware, I managed to qualify 6th out of the 11 cars in this race group, right in the middle of the pack. My lap time was a 2:18.1, which I will include the highlights of qualifying in the highlight video that I put together after the race. The 2:18.1 was a complete shock to me in that it was my fastest ever lap that I've done at Spa using this car. And so it's put me right in the middle of my qualifying group, or my race group. Funny thing is, there are a number of people who did 2:17s, and there was one other person, I've just double checked, who did a 2:18.6, and then everybody else after that person did 2:19. So I'm actually happy because that puts me in a bit of a no man's ground or no man's land in terms of lap time. And so what I'm hoping will happen is, after perhaps a little bit of argy-bargy between myself and the guy in 7th, who is quite a fast driver from what I gather, although I'll try and be as respectful as possible, once we've sort of settled one another down and either they've got past me or I've broken away from them, I should have some clear space out on track just to be able to focus on running my race. For those wondering, do I plan to try and win this race? Well, of course, it would be great to win it. However, I'm not going to be pushing myself hard. Now, the reason for that is twofold. Firstly, I'm taking part in this race not just because of the entertainment value, but also for the cause of solving kids' cancer. And so I want to achieve my target of doing the 65 or more laps in memory of the passing of my dad, and also the passing of my granddad to cancer as well. On top of that, I have never done an endurance race of this caliber before. I've done 1 hour endurance races, I've done 2 hour endurance, well, 1.5 hour endurance races, not 2 hours. But I've never done a 3 hour endurance race. So the idea here is that really I expect to get tired over the course of the race. And what I don't want to do is push extremely hard at one point in the race and wear myself out and then start making tons and tons of mistakes as we go deeper and deeper. So instead, what I'm planning to do is drive at about 90% for the majority of the race, just take it easy and up the wick to 95 to 100%. As we get closer and closer towards opponents, alternatively when I feel that I'm a bit racy and it's time for me to start hunting somebody down. That's my strategy. I'm going to be playing a calm race, more focused on just getting to the end rather than worrying about trying to win it. Because the win for me is successfully completing the race and, doing my dad, my granddad, and my family proud as I screw up going up Uruge into Radley on there. The track Spa, it's a very fun track. This is a real track. It was in Belgium, Spa-Francorchamps. You'll see it on the F1 calendar. Hold on. Just listening out for voice comms, but I'll just pull the car into the pits. Just checking the information. I am actually going to jump off of Discord now because any information. Well, I wish I had a second driver's there. I jump off of Discord on my PC. Purely stay on it on my phone now. Got the standard H2O bottle prepared. Oh dear. In fact, what I will do, I will very quickly practice coming into the pits. Okay, now in terms of race strategy, so there's one mandatory requirement in the whole of this race, which is that we are all expected to use the racing hard tyre for a single lap. Now let me take it a step back. We have 3 tyres available. The racing soft, which is the grippiest tyre but the least durable. The racing medium, which I'm currently on, which is a middle ground tyre, so medium grip, medium durability. And then there's the hard tyre, which will last a very long time, but it's the least grippy. So when you're driving on the soft tyre, you are going to be the fastest you can possibly be. When you are on the hard tyre, you are going to be at your slowest. Now we are all expected for this race to use the hard tyre for a single lap. So that's 1 lap, and you can literally you can come out of the pits with a set of hard tyres on, and when you come around to the pits next time, you can go back in to change off that tyre. Now whilst I've got no complaint about that rule for the purposes of this race, because I completely understand that's the rule set, I plan to use the hard tyre for at least half an hour. Now the reason for that is because whilst I agree it's not probably the optimal way of driving, I would like to do a stint on the hard tyre. Just simply because it feels better for me if I know I'm on a set of tyres for a certain period of time rather than a quick switch then jump on the soft, for example. That's the only reason why. So if you're wondering why some people are going to be using softs, and you'll see that on the left hand side where they've got that little S indicator next to their name in orange, whereas I never seem to put the soft tyre on, that's the reasoning why. It's purely because it's the way I want to run the strategy. So 2 medium runs, which will take me a total of 64 laps if I get it right, and then the hard tyre should take me a further 6 laps to the end. That's the hope. Right, pitting this time. Let's go on the hard. We're not going to refuel this time. Now, there's going to be some of you wondering... what was I going to say? No, ignore me. Will I be doing much talking during the race? Probably not. Because once we get going, I will be focusing. I think that's our 11th driver. I plan to do a lot of fuel saving this race. That's why you're seeing me shift at 7,500 RPM, because that is the peak performance area of the Honda NSX's engine. At which point, once you start going beyond 7,500 RPM, the amount of fuel being burnt versus the amount of power you're getting out of the car starts to actually drop off a little bit. So what I want to do is try and maximise the amount of time I get the maximum power out of the car for the least amount of fuel. And this is the hard tyre, which already I cannot just do that because they're cold, and also they're less grippy. And as you can see, the hard tyre as a result is a bit of a sticky tyre. Focus. A little bit about the car itself, the Honda NSX. So this is a Group 3 racing edition, so that's the equivalent of the GT3 class within FIA. FIA being the Federation Internationale de l'Automobile. The other things to know about this car is it is a mid-engine rear-wheel drive vehicle compared to the road legal NSX, which is a hybrid all-wheel drive car. Well, we won't really go into that, but as a result, we've got the engine in the right place in the car. It's in the middle of the car, and rear-wheel drive, which means this car will have a tendency to oversteer. That's where the back end comes out, rather than understeer, which is where the car wants to keep going in a straight line when you turn into a corner. I prefer cars that are like this for the purposes of racing games. I don't mind front engine rear-wheel drive cars. Oh, almost lost it there. That's the hard tyre coming back to bite me. I don't mind front engine rear-wheel drive cars, but the Honda feels very comfortable to me. And so that's why I picked it. Also because my dad was a massive Honda fan. I also drove the Honda for this year's FIA Championship on GT Sport. So this is a car I'm very comfortable with compared to other cars I could have picked. Hence why I'm using it. Now, it's not the optimum car at this circuit. The optimum car is the Nissan GTR, of which there are 3 in this race group. I expect those GTRs will disappear up the road, particularly the 2 that have qualified ahead, and the 1 that's qualified further back behind me, I think in 8th or 9th, I expect it will come charging through at some point and essentially leave me in its wake. The reason why the GTR is one of the stronger cars here, it's got a very high top end speed. Secondly, it is a car which does very well around here in terms of the corners, because there's a good mixture of corners. There's a couple of low speed ones, but a good number of medium speed ones. The only thing about the GTR that lets it down compared to other cars is the fact that it is a bulky car. It's a heavy car, which means that it will have a tendency when it goes into corners to, if you don't get it dead right, you are going to lose a lot of time through corners because you'll need to correct the car. It will start to understeer through the corners. Yeah, and I really need to look at my braking effects for that corner there. Now, I can't remember the names of all the corners at Spa, unfortunately, but I do remember all the penalty zones. In fact, I should do a penalty zone burn check. So there are 3 of them, and what it is, that's if I cut a corner, essentially, or I punch someone off the track, or there's a racing incident where I'm deemed to have picked up a penalty, I will need to burn those penalties immediately, or I pick up a follow-up penalty, which the race stewards will add to my race time at the end, and that affects my overall placement. If I pick up enough penalties, I'll get disqualified, which I'm not planning to do. I get disqualified, that is. I found going through Frange's chicane, the earlier you brake in there, the better the line out. The engine we have here is a V6 3.5 litre engine, and the penalty zone is coming up. So what we need to do is we just pull off the racing line, slow the car down, and then when it's safe to rejoin, we jump back on. That's the look behind, L1. Yeah, the hard tyre is going to be difficult towards the end. It really is a nasty tyre. Now, for those that was what I was going to talk about. There might be some wondering. Looks like we've got somebody parked on the grid here. This is another burn zone here. There might be some wondering, is everybody expected to drive from the cockpit view like I'm doing? No, you can drive from any view, so third person, bonnet cam, bumper cam, which is what I used throughout the series this year, or you can use cockpit. It's the same thing about controllers. You're not expected to have to use a steering wheel. I'm using a PlayStation 4 controller. I do plan to switch to a steering wheel setup in the near future. Got a guy behind me. I'm going to now just drive sensibly, and if he wants to make a pass, he can make a pass. He's probably also giving himself the chance to practice running in a slipstream of another car, which is a good idea. The hard tyre, once you get used to it and it's warmed up, works okay. It's time. Definitely through there. Through Stablo 2, I have to lift on the hard tyre. I cannot take it full power on the hard tyre. I will have an accident. And Z, before you start celebrating, no, I'm not planning to have an accident in this one. Bring it into the pits. Okay, let's get the refuel. And then I'm going to quit out and just wait and see what's happening. Okay, I need to be readied, but I do not need to be actually driving around. Okay, so for those wondering why I just went quiet and had my phone up against my ear, race director just gave us a quick talk to essentially outline the rules, which pretty much as I stated, the only other rules which weren't pointed out by myself were that we have to respect the pit exit and entry lines. We can't just cut across them. And on top of that, we're not only representing ourselves here, we're representing the GTSRL, which is the community hosting this event, and also we do have members of the Solving Kids Cancer charity watching this race, and that as a result, we're not just ambassadors for ourselves. Hold on. Okay, we're short. We've also got people with Solving Kids Cancer, so we're not just representing ourselves, but we're also representing the GTSRL and the community. We're going to be doing stuck checks very shortly. The stuck checks are whereby we make sure we can actually pull off at the start-finish line. Oh, sorry, from the rolling start we can actually pull off. Because there is this annoying bug in GT Sport whereby when you go to pull off, your car just gets stuck there. You literally can't move it, and that's you out the race. So that's why we need to do stuck checks to make sure we don't experience that. There's the white line on there. We're back on the medium, and I will stay on that now. Yeah, so sorry folks that this is initially quite a long setup, but it's the way they do things as part of this community. I've only recently joined them, so we have to go through it all, but it leads to a fun atmosphere in the end. And that's what it's all about, racing. Yellow flag up ahead, so somebody's either pulled off the track or had an accident. So I'm not allowed to overtake. I see. He's rejoining. I'm going to bring her into the pits at the end of this. We'll just bring her in. If we have to take a penalty here, what I have to do is I immediately come over to the side and I do not accelerate until the penalty's gone, then I go. Those wondering, do I plan to do future races in this view rather than the bumper cam? Definitely. I prefer this view. I'm not as fast in it, I will get fast over time, but I just feel more at home, particularly when I'm driving a car where the steering wheel is on the right hand side, like it should be in the United Kingdom, rather than the left hand side. I've had all my going to the toilet and all that, so it is literally just waiting. Okay, so what we're doing now is an initial stuck check. So what we have to do... Thanks, Callum. Right, so what we've got to do here is we're simulating the very start. We're not starting yet, by the way, folks. We're not starting yet. This is purely a simulation, and it's a grid start. And there I am, sticking on the grid.
I'm rocking.
Somebody's burning fuel. Just to make sure everybody can get off the grid, and also everyone's used to running near one another. Yep, that would be a penalty in the full race. Very quick. That was the start check. Okay, so I've just got to listen out what's happening now. Yeah, just telling everyone to leave. Right, time to put the loo quickly. As you do, just have a quick word, you know. Right, I will put myself in ready. A very quick sip of the old H2O. I'm nervous. But the thing is, it's not scared nervous, it's excitement nervous, because this is new to me, and it's going to be fun. It is going to definitely be fun. Right, I better bring the TV remote over in case it tries to put itself in auto standby at some point. That'll be fun, if it puts itself in auto standby. Okay, lobby 3 are doing a stuck check. What about lobby 2? That's us. Alright, we're doing another stuck check. Just double. Yeah, we're not to use in-game chat throughout the race, which is understandable because it'll put people off. We should at any moment be getting underway. I think some people are doing donuts up at La Source, the first corner. Come on. Yeah, we're waiting on it. I'm just waiting to hear somebody tell me that we're going ahead with it. Well, I'll go out on track whilst waiting. Oh, no. As soon as I go to the track. Oh, dearie me. Good timing, good timing. Perhaps somebody was waiting to ready up. Alright, lobby 1 was on another stop check. Thanks for clarifying, Callum. Alright.
I'm rocking.
Traction control on for a bit. Oh, yep, I'm off. Right, just let the car roll off the line. Roll off the racing line. Yep. That can happen. Yeah, we're definitely stuck checking. Yep. Okay. Yeah, you got to be so careful going up Origins Radeon with cold tyres. But if that happens, I just have to bail off to the left, just let go of the throttle and bail off. I've got a really poor starting position in terms of I'm on the outside, and I'll be on the outside all the way up onto the Kemmel Straight. So lobby 3 is doing another start check. We're lobby 2. At least I'm getting my starts nailed. I'm getting good starts with the traction control 1 setting. Something I have never practiced before is doing standing starts, so I'm happy with that. Still waiting on 2 people to ready. They're probably doing toilet breaks. Cheeky. That's better in the time. Nah, 93, it's fine. And one more just needs to ready up and we're good to go. The thing is, it works me being on the outside, going up into Radion, because you need to take an outside line. What I'm afraid of is that I get somebody on my inside who decides to stay there. That's what worries me, because if they do, then I have to back out, or there's going to be a huge accident. No, whoever's phone in the household, someone else can have to pick it up. Come on. Alright. And somebody's just left, which means they've probably disconnected. Come on. Getting eager now. Getting impatient. Oh, he's rejoined. Okay, this should be it. Magical bit of paper with a strategy on. Okay, so for those wondering, thanks Brian. Okay, so we've just been informed the next start will be the official race. They've been having some connectivity issues in some lobbies, plus they've been having some people getting stuck on the start line. If you get stuck now, we have to go on with the race, and it'll be counted as a mechanical failure and you've retired from the race, effectively. Hopefully this doesn't happen to us, but yeah, they need to get it started now. They're just waiting on lobby 3. So this is going to be the real one. Thank you, Darcy. They're literally doing one more run. Okay, so they're going to get underway very shortly. We're literally waiting on lobby 3 to clarify one player's username versus their qualifying username, and then we should be underway. The reason they're synchronizing all 3 race groups is because they want everyone to finish around the same time. Hence why this is taking some time. I apologise for those of you who tuned in expecting action from 8 o'clock. But this is the first time I've done this as well through this format, so this is new to me as well. Not complaining, it's just the way it is. Come on. I never advise if you need to go to the toilet mid-race, you do it whilst you're in the pits, because putting your car in auto drive mode, that's where you press the pause button. Your car's still on track and everyone can still crash into it. And let's just say the AI in this game... Hold on. Oh, they put mechanical damage to heavy. Yeah, that's the way it should be. Yeah, so what this means is mechanical damage heavy. If we have a crash, the car's performance will be severely affected. Oh. Alright, here we go. They've just given us the all clear. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the GTSRL charity race for solving kids' cancer is underway. So from here on out, I will be concentrating fully. I will do my best. I'll do my best for you, Dad. you're in dirty air at the moment, just let the tyres warm up. Let the tyres warm up. Bit unfortunate we got held up behind the McLaren. That's understandable. Let's just go for it. Remember why you're here. Two and a half seconds to the guy behind. Don't need to worry about him. We're not going to check fuel until 20 laps in. Oh, that McLaren's all over the pass. Right, use his toe, use his toe. Okay, he was on the hard tyre, that's why he was all over the place. So they're getting their hard tyre out the way on one lap. Down, you're making little mistakes there. Somebody's taking a penalty. Be ready for them. They'll be a bit slower coming into this corner. Two and a half seconds to the guy behind. No worries. Oh, he's a bit slower in front of me. Might be able to get past him coming down the final straight. This guy needs to get off the racing line. I had to back out of it there because he was all over the line. That's fair enough. Okay, not bad, 222, could be faster. That's the way we want to do that corner. Right, do that every time. Getting a a nice distance off the guy in front. That was good, that was good, that was good. Right. Guy behind's made a mistake, he's 2 seconds back. Guy in front is 2 seconds, chase him. But do your fuel saving, do your fuel saving. Remember, if we can get to 1.5 seconds, he gives us an extra boost. Perfect. With a little Honda that could. A bit of an early double shift there, shouldn't have done that. Right, the guy behind is charging through. Don't look at the Steam chat. Sorry, stream chat. Not bad. Could have been better. Do we want to defend against this guy? Not really. Let him through. He's got the legs. It's a GTR. He has got the legs on the straight by a huge margin. He will... Right, lift off. We're in his dirty air zone at the moment, so our tyres will be abused a bit. This car does not do well in dirty air for corners. Straights, beautiful. Should be a 221. Yeah, guy behind still 2 seconds, and I seem to be better than him through Stavlo, which means he doesn't get a good exit onto this straight and that's the bus stop. So I should be safe. I believe that's a Porsche in 7th, so I'm safe on the straights. GTR is very fast. Broke a little too early there. Broke a little too early. Got nice space in front and behind. Exactly what you wanted. Beautiful. Goes. 5 laps. almost binned it there. But I've done that enough times binning it in practice to know what to do when I know I'm going to bin it. Gotta keep thinking. Don't strain your eyes. Keep thinking. Okay, looks like the American who was in 7th has been passed, and now we've got somebody coming up. Fair enough. I get the feeling that a number of people will be on soft tyres, and that's why they're going to come through the field fast. That was a 2:21 flat, which is pretty much where I expected to be at this point in the race. The very high 220s and 221s. The guy behind is catching. He's in the slipstream, but I don't think he'll go for a move yet. He'll go for a move probably on the final straight. He's going to gain, but he's not close enough to make a move. Keep an eye on that radar. That feels smoother. Where you're there. Go around, bud. Thank you. Use you to pull me along. The pull away, it's an Aston Martin V12. He's got much better straight line acceleration plus top end speed. But this is where I need to be. Just let him pull me along. Just pull me along, Aston. I'm saving fuel. This is exactly where I want to be. I think we just hit 162 mile an hour down there on the Kimmel Straight. That's why I've gone a bit deeper than I expected. There we go. Yeah. Way too much oversteer there. Yeah, he's pulling away now. But he helped me on the straight, and that's exactly why I need the fuel saving. I don't want it through here. I don't want to die. When we get to lap 10, we'll do a check on tyre and fuel. Guy behind in 8th is not gaining, 4.7 seconds. Guys ahead are pulling clear. But again, we don't know what their strategy is, so let's ignore it. Perfect, a 220.5, that's exactly where I want to be. Let's get some more of those in. Let's get a few bangers in. That was good. That was good. Yeah, 221s, consistently low 221s, 220.5. This will probably be targeted at 220.8. There it is. Been going very deep into here. So we need to just take it easy. There we go. Remember, you're not on the soft tyre. You can't attack the track as much as you want to. You're never going to be on the soft tyre for this race, so forget about the attack. You don't want to hit that curve again, otherwise you'll go flying. I don't have the confidence to attack that full power every time, so I know I've got to get it dead on, or the tyres will lose their grip. That's not something I want to challenge every time, so I get that wrong, and that's a penalty plus a bin. Okay, it looks like we've got somebody coming through an 8th now. They've just cut the gap down to 1.8. Where I want to be. Wait, that last lap was a 220.5 without slipstream. I'll take it. That's what I want. Okay, Guy is catching up behind. He won't be going for a move here. If he does, he's literally going to toss it at me. So, don't really need him to defend yet. Backing off a little bit. Probably lining up an attack somewhere. Ooh, that's a bit of oversteer there, because I clipped the curb. Yeah, he's got the grip. Well done to him, that was a really solid pass. I love the respect he showed as well, the way he didn't try and cut back in. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. And now, Aston, I'll just let you pull me along. Lost a second through the fighting there, unfortunately. But you know what? That's okay. Tyres are in good shape. Tyres are in good shape. That's the dirty air. That's the dirty air pulling me along. Right. That was a bit brutal, but we got it under control. That's the disadvantage of dirty air. So that's my main tyre saving corner, the bus stop chicane, where I'm trying to only apply sort of 50% of the brake, sorry, 75% of the brake for most of it. But tyre saving versus you're in dirty air, no. You brake hard if you're in dirty air there. But he's clear now, and we've got 3.1 seconds to the guy behind. And that was a 221.6 despite the mistake. If it had been a 222, I would have been a bit upset, but take it. Oh yeah, fuel check at the end of this lap. Does the little V6 need a drink? Tyres are doing well. I can feel they're giving a little bit. But I've got to set wings for momentum as well. There we go. Missed the apex. Someone's had a bit of an incident up front, because that's a different car ahead of me, and it's going slow. I think that car's got damage. It's an Alpha. Yeah, they're pitting. Whoa, and that, the guy behind us really caught up there, okay. He may go for an attack, stay to left. So he is catching it. Not too fast, it's the Porsche, I think. You do what you do. Had to back out of it for a bit. Pretty because of the defense you put up. The longer he spends behind me, the more he's dirtying his tyres. Take a defensive line here, make him go wide. He was getting a bit cheeky there, taking a look. Now the curve a bit too much, that could be a penalty. No. It's not a penalty. Continue. Yeah, he's going for it. Back off. Whoa! Okay. I don't want anything to do with the guy in front of me. Yeah, he's giving back the place, but... that was a bit rough. I can feel the slipstream of the GTR in front of me. It's pulling me along, which is great. It's also sending the front end of the car all over the place, which is not good. Right, brake earlier. It's an honest mistake he made, to be fair. We're trying to keep it as clean as possible, but two do not go into one up here. And that's why it happened. I got the little bump and he picked up the second penalty. What I'm going to do, don't let the car roll too hard, is I'm just going to carry on my merry way. I'm going to stick to outside lines, so that way if he does want to make the overtake he can. I do need to do a fuel check soon though. Yeah, he really keeps showing that he's behind me. I get it. He's trying to put me off. Which he's doing a good job of it. Focus. This time I haven't got a GTR in front of me to save me from his top end speed, but he didn't get a good run out of Radeon. I'm safe. Right, fuel check. We're on target. Okay, that's all I needed to know. I'm coming in on the end of lap 32. We're actually above target right now, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, he's all over the back of me again. For those wondering, do I think that the guy behind's a bad driver because we had that little accident? Nah. Racing instant, it happens. Fair driving. I harbour no ill feeling to anyone when we race. Don't want to overdrive these tyres. That's the thing I don't want him to cause me to do, because these tyres have got to go a long distance. Yeah, he's got the better run this time, and I'm going to go to the outside again. Immediately get over to the left in case he goes for the lunge. Okay, we've got two people coming through and they both went quite deep. That's fine. These two are fighting. I want no part of it. I just want to be able to get on with my race. You can see he's snaking a bit, that's the dirty end, that's why I lifted off there. Come on GTR, give me a boost. I need you to help me fuel save a bit more. Good man. We're going to hit 160. Okay. Light. 45 seconds to the next guy. That's fine. That was unfortunate 2:23, but the lap before that was 2:20.8, so that's always nice to see. Keep rolling me through. That's the dirty air causing me to go a little bit deeper than I'd like, but we counter that. And I'm gaining. I'd say his tyres are actually quite heavily shot, based on the way he's driving. I think we made him burn his tyres out. I had to lift there. I could feel the back end of the car not agreeing with the front end. This is nice. I'm literally saving tons of fuel by being here right now. I'm happy with this. This works for me. Nobody coming out the pits. And the thing is, I seem to be a little faster in the slower corners, which means I gain time on any time he makes through the higher speed sections. And now up into 6th, a little bit prematurely, about 7,200 RPM. And we're just gaining. 160, lift the board. You're right, he's pulled away now. Yeah, that's where he's faster, going into no name. He's a lot faster. I'm going through here. He's pretty more comfortable with the car's momentum taking him through. There's Lacombe, these two corners that we've just gone through. That's where the GTR's strength is, or that driver's strength is. Mid-sector of the circuit, he feels a lot more comfortable with his driving. Whereas with me, I'm comfortable, but I'm not as fast. That's not a bad thing. Do that one in third gear this time. Okay, tyres. I'll have a look at those in a sec. Yeah. 221.4. Yeah, that's alright. Okay, tyre wise, just doing a quick tyre check. Yeah, front left is starting to wear off a little bit, which is what I expected about the midpoint. There we go. That may be a penalty. That may be a penalty. No, just. And I'm into his toe. I can feel it, because look at the speedometer, it's going to hit 160. It never hits 160. If I'm not in somebody's toe, it will hit 159 at the most, just at the braking point. Right, now I know where I'm stronger than that GTR. It's going into Sector 1. That's where I'm strongest. Leaders are pitting for another set of softs. Right, a lot of people will be doing this race. One lap on the hard tyre, and then everything else is a softy tyre. That was nice. He went off. Okay. Just be prepared, he may have dirty tyres and therefore be a bit slower through the bus stop chicane than yourself. So be prepared for a potential tow. Bit close. Another 221? Yeah, it'll do. It's not the lap I want. Yeah, no major accidents for you, Z, unfortunately. I'm gaining here. This is where he's struggling. And I'm going to be in the tow coming into the braking zone. Got to be ready for that. Car will carry itself a bit further. Yellow flag, okay, what's happened? Okay, it seems to have ended now, so whatever it was, it may have been a brief incident. Oh, he's gone deep. That's going to be a penalty, potentially, because of the way it works, coming out of no-name. Unless the game's to have judged him, yeah. His tyres are dirty, just be careful. And breathe down his neck a little bit. Let the GTR pull you along. You're not here to fight. You're the beast from the east. That was close. That was very close to giving them a tiny nudge. Okay, that guy coming out pits in a minute. Yeah, 5 seconds. Turning in a bit too early up into a Rouge. That's okay. That GTR is definitely struggling on its tyres. Which means more fuel saving time. I can feel the understeer in the car in the dirty air, Jesus. I was like, those because I should take a ticket. not costing us time, this, really. It's just it's putting a bit of extra wear in my tyres every so often. That's fine. Right, we're not making the same mistake twice here. Braking it a lot earlier this time. I let him get away. Guy behind's going to catch up shortly. 2 seconds at the moment. It will be 1 second by the end of the Kemmel Straight. I'm just going to let this guy keep timing me though. If he insists on staying out for much longer, then I will need to pass. Because this is starting to actually cost me time. Over to left. That's why I lifted off there, to let him through. Let him hunt the guy in front and let him pull me along to the guy in front again. But ample time to the guys behind me, 50 seconds, so no need to worry. Mr. Johnson. Yeah, let him go for it. That's better. Alpha's got past. I'll let these two cause each other some misery. The GTR's got to be coming in soon. Its tyres look shot to me. And also it's the confidence of going through certain corners like there, going up through Erosion to Radleon. He just hasn't got the confidence. Unfortunately, I can't pass because it's going to be a lunge. Yeah. He's going to take a penalty soon. That was a cut, and that's my opportunity to get past. Might not be able to get past actually under the penalties. He needs to burn it. I'm backing out. I'm backing out. I can't. I cannot trust this guy. it's... drive safe, don't make a mistake. Don't ruin your own race for the sake of somebody else. Okay. Plan B. Remember, this is an endurance race, Paul, not a sprint. Let him go. You're not comfortable trying to overtake, you'll do it another way. Keep smiling. No frowny faces. How are we doing fuel-wise? Right, 13.5. Yeah, that's going to take me well above target. I'm 2.5 on target. Sorry, 1.5 on target right now. Then what I will do is I will use that to save me some time for the pits. Or I can use that extra fuel to chase this guy again. No. Got 38 seconds to the guy behind. They are catching, but not too quickly. For those wondering why I'm not trying to get this guy out of the way, part of me screaming out go for him, but I have a feeling that it's going to ruin this if I really try and push it and get him. So I'm taking the safer option of just lowering my pace a bit, saving a bit more fuel, because at some point they've got a pit. And what I'd rather do is meet my target rather than bin this. So I've almost gone into the back of him once, I've almost been sent flying once, albeit that was a mistake. But I do not feel confident to deal with this driver the way the Alpha 4C did. And that's more down to me rather than the player in front. They are driving reasonably well, albeit a little bit erratic for my liking. But no, I've got to do my race. And yeah, that was a 2:21.0 straight away, yeah. So yeah, this distance, it works. Yep, keep calm and carry on, that's the right one. Crazy to think we're only 50 minutes in. The guys behind are catching, but I think that's because they went for soft tyres in the pits. I say my strategy is wildly different from everybody else's. From talking on the GTSRL forums, everybody was insistent you got to use the softs, and that you should only do one lap on the hards. Nah, not me. I'll do things the hard way. 2312, that's fine. One minute 19 to the leader, so I'm not going to be lapped for a while. Stretch. Spinal cord's getting a bit stiff. Now, guys behind are catching about 2 seconds a lap at the moment. But as they're on softs, it won't last as long. I reckon they'll be pitting about the same time as me. They'll probably be about 5 seconds off me by the end of my stint. Late apex at Stavlo actually works, okay. Remember that. Don't be afraid to take a later apex if you end up riding the curb too much. Also, I'm happy about the fact I'm keeping up with the guy in front. The time's not changing, it's staying around 2.5 to 2.6 and peaking at about 3 seconds, which means I'm matching in pace now, which is where I want to be. I don't want to get close to the person in front anymore. We've seen what happens. Let's just keep going. Stay off the artificial grass now. Jeez, the guy behind me's done a 2:16.4. That's fast. Where on earth did they get that pace from? I'll be lucky if I get near that. Fair play them. Bit deep. I can correct it. Cost me about half a second. I'm starting to feel the effects of the tyre wear. That's good. Okay. Keep on going. I think the guy behind's starting to fall off with the soft tyres. That gap is not coming down as rapidly as it was. Get run out. There you go. We're now starting to default to more conservative driving style. Yeah, front tyres are both starting to feel it. Let's just manage the pace. Okay. We're in the rhythm. Fuel-wise, 8.5 laps to go. Yeah, we're well above target. Well above target. Hour in. We've done 25 laps. We are dead on the lap target. Ooh, yeah. I was going to say, AstroTurf can be your friend, but it can also be your greatest enemy. Yeah, that's a sign the tyres are starting to go. So I've got the brake balance all the way to the front on this car. The rears would normally get greater wear than the fronts, or it being rear-wheel drive. Another 221, yep, that's exactly what the lap's near be. Whoever's messaged me on my mobile phone, I can't pick that up right now, sorry. You'll just have to be patient with me. See kids, even in virtual sim racing, don't text and drive. Or drink and drive for that matter. grip's starting to go. That was a very, very poor corner. Alright, just easy. Not long to go. And look, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Let fourth gear do all the work there. Guy in front starting to pull away quite a bit. Be impressed if he's running the hards. Hang about him. Let's not take this deep this time. Good man, there we go. Somebody's just pitted, that's the Alfa Romeo. Yeah, we have to start lifting through that corner now because of the tyre wear. Number 221. Yeah, tyres, got a couple of laps left, that's all. Come on, just a couple more laps on these tyres, Paul. Come on. Come on. Crikey. Right, he got his hards out of the way on the Alpha. He's probably going for a refuel, so I may come out close to him. Crikey. People are putting in the hours with the hard. Right, the Alpha's coming out. What about the other guy? Well, you know what? Stop worrying about the other guy. When he comes out, he comes out. And the guy behind, on the softs has had to come in. As I expected. They're going to be spending a lot of time out on track compared to a lot of drivers here. They may be faster, but I'm the greater endurance here. 1 minute 30 to leaders. Okay, so yeah, they're not going to be lapping me yet. Remember to respect the blue flags when you're right. We'll do a fuel check at the end of this lap. Do not want to steer whilst on that AstroTurf. I've seen what happens. This is a good lap. This is a good lap. For the wear we've got, this is a good lap. Come on, little Honda. Come on. You may be running on fumes, but we can do this together. Nissan's in. 3.7. We've got a lot of fuel. Right. The Nissan will probably come out about 10 seconds behind. So we're not going to be skipping him for a pit stop. What it will mean is we're going to have a nice cliff. Yeah, he's got 100% fuel and he's on the hards right. We have got a huge amount of breathing room on track right now. Use it. Just use it. When you pit in, you're going to have an empty road around you, so keep up this pace, keep up the momentum. No penalties so far. No serious mistakes. Just keep the momentum flowing. Car's starting to warn me it's running low on fuel, but that's fine. So I'll have that fuel gauge up for now. Okay, that last lap was a 221.3. That's what I mean, the car's still got it. Keep going. Doing well. Keep going. Keep going. One more. Right, next lap, we're coming in. Right, next lap, we're in. We're going to have a lot more fuel than we originally anticipated left over, but that means our time in the pits is a bit less. More race time, in other words. Yep, the tyres are shot. I almost lost it there. I can feel that the car's understeering. The front tyres are shot. And the combination of a lot less fuel in the car means there's a lot less weight, so the car wants to go just that tiny bit faster for everything, so it feels lighter and happier. And then I have to remind it, no, you've got tyres that are so old. Oh, for those wondering, by the way, we're about to come up to an unknown point in the race for me. I've done no practice sessions where I've done the full 3 hours. I've only ever done the stints. So this, the second medium stint, and then the final hard stint. I've not done the full race distance in a practice race. Or a practice by myself, so it'll get interesting from here on. It really will for me. Must make sure to take a drink once. We're in. Okay. Another set of mediums. We refuel the car. That's stint 1. 32 laps. And we saved 3 additional % fuel. Round 2. Another 32 laps. Let's do it. Let's get going. Those still in the chat, if you've been watching it since the start, well done to you. We've got plenty more to go though. Right. Oh geez, and there's... Actually, I've made up some good time on them in front. I've made up a lot of time on the... That's actually brought me out closer to them. Right, I'm just going to lift through here. Tyres are cold. Do not do anything silly. Thanks, Callum. I'm amazed. I've actually gained 2.5 seconds on that GTR through doing this incredibly long stint. Right, enough talking. Batten down the hatches. Remember, you need at least 1 lap to get the tyres flowing. We're back to maximum load as well, so the car's going to be a bit heavier in the corners. And we probably won't be able to save as much fuel unless we get in the tow again. But that doesn't matter, so we can still do the 32 laps. Yeah, we're dead on time. 1 hour and 40 minutes was where I was targeting to finish first stint. Aye, that's remaining rather than time used up. So this is good. GTR doesn't look too happy on those hards. I know he's on hards, and he's got a full fuel load, like myself. Except I'm Mr. Mediums. So I do need to sort of get past him. Okay, so he's coming off the hards. He's only used a little bit of fuel, so probably did a couple laps. Could be going to the end now, in the next stint. Yeah, there's a greater retardation force there at the moment than I'm used to. I've got to relearn, not relearn, just remember the aggressive drive. He's come out, he's 10 seconds behind. That's fine. He will gradually catch up because he went on to a set of softs. That's fine. So nice to have grip. And I'm just coming to these corners with a bit more aggression. A bit too much there. But point stands, I can actually attack the track. And despite the rough start, yeah, back into 8th, after falling all the way down to pretty much last, or 10th. I'll take it. And I'm gaining on the guy in front at the moment. Right, GTR's starting to gain. Okay, keep that in mind. Upshifted a little early then, just a little bit of fuel, but hey, who cares? Make up for it in an upshift later. Make up for it. There we go, made up for it. Going front spinning away. He probably made a mistake then. And that previous lap. A big mistake. That was flat out. grip's there. Use it. Don't do that again, please. Okay, blue flag. I have got somebody coming up behind. Yeah, 2 minutes 10. Just realised it. Okay, there's the leader. Okay, so now we've got a nice gap, but we will get more blue flag indicators when they get closer. For now, just relax. Keep going. Yeah, he's quite a bit away. When that gets to 2 minutes 16 seconds, then be concerned. Yeah, I get why it's doing it early. It's sort of prematurely saying, look, you're going to need to give way soon. I wish it wasn't doing it this early because it's off-putting to have it appear, because it makes me think suddenly the guy's gained massively. Conversely, it also means that we're getting a much earlier warning, which is always helpful. Focus there. And that was a 220.7 on 35. Good lap. Okay, yeah, he's getting a lot closer now. What I'll do, he'll be breathing down my neck by the end of this lap, if not sooner. That was too close to the wall. That's why I hesitated there. Come on, buddy. I'm just going to lift off here. There you go. Now you can give me a little bit of a fuel boost for a bit. Whilst your car's lagging all over my screen. Pretty well lost about 2-3 seconds there. That's okay. At least he's out of the way now. Particularly seeing, geez, how all over the place the car is. That's not his driving style, that's his connection. We won't be getting blue flags for a little while now because second place did come into the pits. Actually, I didn't lose as much time as I thought I did. I only lost about a second. I'm starting to get lactic acid in my arms. Great. Actually, yeah, I have not lost any time through letting him through. It's good. I've got to sort out that braking point. Right, go a bit deeper. Yeah, go deep, because then if you miss the apex, you're safe. If you're going too early, well, there's a wall there. And right at the start of the lap, we do not need to clatter the wall and pick up major damage to the engine. Or the front bumper, which will cause an aero drop. Right, we are at the halfway mark in terms of time. 1 hour and 30 minutes gone. 1 hour and 30 minutes to go. It does not feel that long. It feels as though the time has flown by, if I'm honest. Tyres are in a really nice spot at the moment. They're right where they should be. That was a 221 flat. That's better, right. Yep, just after the 100 board. As soon as the 100 board disappears out your left-hand eye, you go for it on the brakes. You get the car nicely tucked. Let's not pick up any marbles now. All those little black dots. I've got a couple of cars coming up behind. I've just seen that out the corner of my eye on the map. That would be second and third coming up, I think. One moment. Just get ready for the blue flag one. That's the best way to tell when they're getting close. Yeah, good thing you lifted there. Car was going to go like a bullet. That's last place. One coming up to lap. And as I'm coming up to lap people coming up to lap me. Oh, dearie me. Okay, right. I don't think they're close enough this time around. At least not to do it up the Kimmel Straight. okay. Yeah, that was a bit deep. So I'm letting the thought of being lapped take over my mind. Right. Relax. I'll get out of the way on the on the final stretch. I'll get out of the way there. Might have to do it sooner, Paul. Right, as soon as we come out of this corner, get out of the way. That's a lot of time lost, but gotta do it. If I'd not done that, I would have been blocking second place and I would have caused an accident. Can't afford to do that. Drove on the marbles, so the tyres will have lost a little bit of grip. That's fine. Let's get ourselves back up to pace. Plenty more racing to go. I've got another blue flag coming up already. Okay. Gosh darn it. Right, it won't be happening along here. And it won't be happening up there. Right, they're not close enough yet. Definitely not close enough. Thank you, Darcy. Just saw that comment out the corner of my eye. Yeah, they're not gaining that quickly, actually. That's just a bit of a push or shove. It's about 2 seconds behind at the moment, based on the fact that the guy behind him is 9th place, who I don't particularly want to let through at this point in the race. Ah, hell. If he comes through together, do it. Let the guy through. Not close enough yet. Yeah, use 9th place as an indicator when that guy's going to be close to you. Okay. And there's 5th place a little bit further back, and that's my best lap of the race, a 2:20.3, very happy with that. Right, okay. When we get on the back straight, final straight, I've got to let him through. He's getting close now. Right. Yep. What I'll do actually, I'll come out of no name and I'll just pull over to the left. I'll let them go. Because they're too close. I'll let him through. Yeah, I've got to do that safely. I could have tucked back in, but then I cause him to have to stamp on the brakes, and it's not fair. And it's not clean if I do it that way. It's unfortunate, but well done to 8th place, Spartan 860. That is smart driving. He is using 4th place to pull him along every part of the track. So now we're forming a little snake, except I have to drop off of the snake because of 5th place catching up behind, albeit not yet. Keep on going. Just out of the slipstream zone. That's fine. I'll take that. Right, don't do that again. That was silly. Lift, then turn in. Don't turn in, then lift. Oh. Oh, that's going to be really awkward because he's just got past him and he's going to have to let him go. That's a slipstream opportunity. Potentially. Apart from the fact 4th is catching up now. Annoying. Not close enough yet. Not close enough. Nah. Right, concentrate. It's getting close. Okay, go through here, and then pull out the way. Yeah, pull over as we come out of this next corner. That's 5th place catching up now. Come on. I don't want to. Oh, and... oh, God, they're pitting as well. That means there's going to be even more. I'm going to let people through. Fair enough. Just deal with it. Do what you got to do. The life of a back marker, right? What are you going to do about it? Not losing too much time from it, to be fair. A couple of seconds at most at the moment. Too far back, way too far back at the moment. He's about 1.5 seconds back, which means he's in the slipstream zone, but he's just not gaining at this time. Yeah. Okay, probably doing it on the back straight. That's when I'll be letting him through. Yeah, let him through on that straight. As soon as we come out of Stablo, just pull out the way. You're fast enough through here to keep the gap open enough. There we go. It's hard, there's two racing lines through here. At least he's through, and that's the important bit. And now it's 4 seconds to Mr. 10th place, the GTR that I don't see want to end up fighting again. Stretch legs. Fuel situation's good, don't worry about it. We're out of the slipstream of the guy in front, which means we get a clean run through most corners. Those blue flags are not for me anymore. Okay, 7's in the pits now. They'll be out before I get to them, which is fine. Just. I had to push it. I wanted to push it there and see if I could do it. Just. Don't do it again though. If I'd been about an inch further to the left, I would have spun. Because of the AstroTurf. Almost. I was trying to go for a 2:19.9. Yeah, no more home driving the car now. Did it for a lap. Wanted to see if you could set a fast lap. And you did, but just not where you wanted it to be. Like that, like that. The fastest I've ever done in a practice was a 2:20.0, so we'll take that. Good gap to the guy behind, good gap. Yeah, and you can see that the tyres are feeling it a little bit now, so you haven't got long left before you start entering territory of needing to back off of the corners. There's a blue flag board. I haven't got anyone behind me. It's for the next guy. Lost my concentration a little bit there. Sorry about that. That's tiredness. That's cost me half a second. That's fine though. Pardon me. I want to put up into the microphone. Okay, got blue. Okay, got blue flags. Yeah, I see it. All right. Okay. So what we'll do is we will use him as a gauge. When he backs off to let that guy through, that's when we know we've got company in terms of we've got to let people through. Okay, I'm just going to let him go. I'm letting him go. In fact, I'm going to brake a little early into the corner. So let him go. Didn't realise how quickly he was coming up. The guy behind, however, I don't have to let through at the moment. But you will have to let the other guy through in a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, I've got to come in. I've got to come in. Yeah. I've got to bring her in. Engine's gone. Pity. Okay. Yeah. It happens. It's an endurance race. He waited to get past. Probably didn't expect me to brake as early as I did. But yeah. Bring it home. Bring it home. Right, we're not changing and we're not refueling. We are purely repairing. I'm going to stick to my current strategy. If that guy comes up behind me again close, I'm letting him go. Because this is costing me about 20 seconds of time. Well, sorry, about 50 seconds of time. Still in. Still in. Yeah, as soon as he gets close, letting him go. Yeah, tyres have not got grip at the moment because they've had to be cooled. It's fine though. We're still in the race, and that's what matters. Right, I was a 2:54. Yeah, we'll be alright, one track. Nothing personal, accidents happen in the race distance. That's why it happens in the simulator, not out in the actual circuit. Come on, get in the rhythm. It won't happen again. You know what to look out for now. Come on, Honda, let's get back in the spirit. Come on. I almost did it to him, to be fair, at the bus stop chicane. It was going to happen. Probably not used to running in dirty air. And so when he's gone to brake exactly where he'd normally brake, his brakes have gone on. He's thought, yeah, I've got the retardation forces in the car. And then suddenly, oh, geez, I'm going into the back of that Honda. I know exactly the feeling. I've done it tons of times in my early races. But that's why we learn. And also, it's pretty taking people by surprise as well that I'm running a suboptimal strategy. So they're probably expecting that I'm going to have the same braking points as them, the same grip levels, the same speed. But it happens, and that's something I've come to notice from watching live streams of the top guys. When they're doing dailies, they have to learn to appreciate not everybody's as quick as them, and so they have to back off where they shouldn't have to back off, etc. But I haven't lost my smile. I'm going to keep on going. Keep going. So I haven't lost too much time. I'm still on track. Also, it's a good thing it happened in the final third of the circuit. Can you imagine if it happened right at the start of the lap? That would have been about a 4-minute lap. I'm looking at that guy, guys, as soon as he gets close. Probably changed his strategy because of that, hence why he's closing a lot more quickly now, and also why I came out in front. Probably went for a fresh set of rubber and fuel. Where's myself? No, sticking to my guns. So these tyres are alright. I've still got a good bit of life in them yet. He says after locking up the brakes going into the bus stop chicane. Right, half fuel. 16.4, yep, we're on target. We're actually really above target right now. One hour and 2 minutes. It in. Yeah, he's catching up now. The rate is gaining. He'll be up my backside at the end of the Kemmel straight, I think, based on the GTR's pull down the straights. Okay, blue flags for him, which means blue flags for me soon. I think that's a penalty. I think. No, that's the limit. That's how far you can cut the top of Radion. I'm not going to do that again. I do not want a penalty. I've done well so far not to pick up a single penalty. Had a couple of little bumps and scrapes and got rear-ended pretty nastily, but it's what it is. But I'd rather do this race without a single penalty. I'll feel really good if that happens. For now, let's concentrate. Let's get on with the driver. Yeah. Guy behind's actually dropped off a bit, I think. Yeah, he's dropped off a little bit. That was nice. That was actually quite flowing. I'll let it go. Right, he's gaining. He's really gaining here. That braking zone. Yeah, he's really gaining on the straight now. Expect to move into the bus stop. We'll pull over to the left. His connection's not too stable either, based on the way his car sort of zigzagged. Sorry, jigsawed across me, or zigzagged across me, but let him go. And the faster car coming up in a minute will put the separation between us, which is what I really want. So what I'll do, top of the hill, I'll let him go. And I'll let this guy through. And then we'll never talk about it again. She's not close enough. Okay. Alright, use slipstream just to give me a little pull. And some early upshifts to drop off the back of that GTR. Right, final hour. Just noticed that. There's tons of time between myself and last, so I don't have to worry about that. It's purely me in this race now. Just got to get to the end. Leaders are 3 minutes and 38. Spirits are still high. That's what matters. Yeah, I had to let him through. That's about as fast as I can do it with one tyres. Oh, crikey. Oh, the adventure in me. I was wondering, yes, I did accidentally just shift up into 5th gear, going down into, oh, I can't remember the name of the corner. Sanderbock, I think that is. Yeah, he's letting through, and there's ample space ahead, 4.1 seconds. Beautiful. That's all I want. It's a nice clean air. I've had a good number of 220s when I haven't had to let people through. So let's get back on them. At least into 221s again. Nice fuel. 12.5. Yeah, we're above target. Road's clear. Just ignore the hind for now. The hind doesn't exist. Tyres are starting to show a bit of heavy wear. Okay, last place is... Oh. Last place is in the pits, so that's the guy... Oh, I lapped him. That's why he's not showing the time, because he's behind me by a lap. Well, today I learned. Well, let's just make sure we come home in a good old 10th place. Christ, I'm gone. A bit too much on that inner curve. Bus stop. 220s though. Still standing in the 220s. That's where I want to be. That's nice. Okay, the front runners are coming up to the bus stop chicane now, so we've got a nice bit of space between us and them right now. Oh, 50 minutes. My arse hurts right now. Everything sort of hurts right now. This gives me a newfound respect for all those who do this for a living, i.e. endurance racing for a living, or virtual endurance racing for a living. Funny thing is, folks, we come to straight. About 3 hours earlier, my internet packed up, and I actually thought I was going to miss this. I'm so happy it didn't. I would have been heartbroken if I couldn't have taken part in this. That was a good lap. I gained half a second on the GTR. Literally in that one corner. Well, more than that, almost a second. Yeah, no, I lose it along here, so I have to, well, still gain them. Perhaps he's had a rough start, or perhaps his tyre life's coming up. Mine's still holding in. I want to get to the 64th lap and pit. And then the horror stint begins. Use about 3% fuel lap. So if I load the car up to about 55%, that'll be more than enough to bring us home. Went a bit deep there, that's why I had to lift. Yeah, I can't do the lift there anymore. If I do it, I've got to brake earlier to save the tyres, or I've got to stamp the brakes. That's why I just lost 4 tenths. Otherwise that would have been a 220.8 or a 220.9. But it's okay. It's okay. What a wonderful track. Tyres are really starting to go now. Oh, there's been an incident. Oh, he came off. Okay. I know what happened to our GTR friend. Hit the AstroTurf. And then got on the throttle. And the rear right tyre spun up. No grip. And it just went. Right, I'll start lifting through some of these corners now. Fuel, 8.5, yep, we're above target. Tyre wear, yeah, we're getting to the point where I'm going to have to drive a bit more controlled. Could have been aggressive there, could have just let the car go deep. Oh, okay. Alpha's just come out the pits. Right, he needs to get up to speed, so... Let's see if he comes through. Right on our back. Right, what I'll do, I know exactly why I'll let him off, and I'll give him a speed boost as a result. Give the Alpha a little tow, because it's not the fastest car down the straights. And the GTR has pitted, probably for the final time, I reckon. He's really attacking that Alpha. You can see it in the way he's driving. Might be chasing fifth. I don't think there's any chance we're going to hold on to ninth. Not if I'm coming out on the hards. And I'm not here to race. In the sense of trying to get places. Okay, lap 59 coming up. The front runners are coming onto the main straight, sorry, onto the start finish straight now. There's a huge gap between us and them, don't worry about it. Nicely turned in. Come on. Keep going, Honda. Oh, oh god, my arse cheeks like hell. I shouldn't be saying it out loud, but sitting in this one place for so long. Not even hungry, to be fair. I can feel it. The tyres are starting to say to me, Paul, we need changing. Chris Davlo there. Car hasn't got the confidence to go through there in fourth gear. That's fine. That's what I love about driving this car. Is when the tyres start to go, you know, and the car responds really nicely. It tells you they're going. Coming up on 11th place, the back marker. I don't think he's got much to worry about. Pardon me. I think those blue flags are for him. Yeah, they've got to be, because I'm coming up slowly. And hopefully, when we do get close, he'll just let us go. Oh, okay, a bit too much roll there. Bit too much roll. See all the poor boards that have been knocked about over the course of the race. Whoa, yeah. Yep. Tried being a bit early on the throttle there. Controlled it though, I'm used to doing it. Credit to the guy in 11th. He's a lap down on 10th, but he's still racing, and that's spirit. When people keep racing even when they've been lapped, that's the right spirit to have. It's the taking part that counts. I'm getting the distant toe effect there. That's why I've gone deep, and also I've rode later than I should have. Come on, let's get closer. I'm getting the distant toe now. Definitely getting the distant toe, so I'm not going to overdo it here. Also, he's a little bit erratic at the moment. Maybe confidence is going. Worried about me coming up behind. So I've got to respect it. Let's not send him flying. Come on, buddy, get out of the way. I either have to do it into the bus stop, which I don't want to have to do. Thank you. Use me up all year long. Good man. Just put the hazard lights on very quickly and say thank you. Ah, well done to him for letting me through. Oh boy, he's very close behind though. Doesn't he back off though and take that penalty? Okay, that works. I need to get away from him. If I can, that GT's fast. I should be able to pull away through the corners here. He's going him. Yeah, we've got fuel. We've got the fuel. Yeah, he's falling back. To be fair, perhaps he was staying close to me initially just to get some fuel saving in. Tyres a shot. Yeah, and here he comes again. Oh no. Tyres a shot. And he's probably going to go for it. Oh, he picked up another penalty. Tell you what, I'm holding up his race as much as I am my own. I don't have to give him the place, but what I can do is pit at the end of this lap. Give him some fresh air. So all I'm doing is ruining his race now. He's driving very respectably. Okay, yeah. He also went a bit wide there, but I'll let it go. Yeah. No, I can't have this guy back and forth in for another lap. It's costing me time and also could lead to another accident. And that accident will be my fault, not his, because I'm not driving fast enough. So lift. I'm letting you go. Farewell, GT. Farewell. The hard tyres, it's time. Right, I'll need to refuel to 50%. Half an hour to go. Dead on the half an hour mark. One stint to go. Sugar, I need to get a drink. Ah, it's too late now. Go on without the drink. In the words of Ferrari to Kimi Raikkonen, Alfa Romeo to Kimi Raikkonen, you do not get the drink. Here we go. Okay, I've got somebody coming through. Right, remember, these are hard tyres. They do not have any grip. They are going to be horrible. They don't like you. Ample fuel to the end. Ample fuel to the end. Oh, I'll pull out the way here. Go through, dude. Right. Got a nice load of track now to myself. Guy up the road is 17 seconds. I don't care. And the guy behind me is a lap down. And as we've seen, he's still making his way around much ahead of me, so. Okay, hard tyres, let's just get to the end. Got somebody coming up behind. Probably be on my backside within 2 laps. That's fine. There we go. Okay, lap 65, that guy is far back, he's taking a penalty. Dad? Granddad? This lap is for you. This lap's for you. That one's for you guys. Let's see how many more we can do. I'm sorry, folks. Anyone watching? I'm sorry. Let's go for 70. Let's go for 70. Ample space on track, and I'll probably have one of the lead guys coming up in about 2-3 laps. Just got to maintain the space and wait 70. It makes me emotional, this, folks, because my dad was the one who introduced me to Gran Turismo back on the PlayStation 1 when I was 7 years old. Sorry, I'll look at this. And when I was old enough to have the patience to do the endurance races, i.e. the 60 lap races on there, which were about an hour to 2 hours long, what he'd do is we'd agree to do 10 laps each. We'd pick a car and we'd do 10 laps each, and we'd swap out every 10 laps as we came into the pits. And right now I'm thinking of that really heavily. I'm glad he wanted to swap out with. Not in person. But I know he's well with me. He has been. Ever since he passed away, he's been there. He's always been the little voice in my ear saying, go a little bit faster today. Let it go today. You did well today. The reason I'm driving the Honda is for him. Because much like Honda's catchphrase, the power of dreams, he always taught me to believe in my dreams. Got a back marker coming up. Alright, one more. 3 laps to go. We're definitely going to do 70. Okay. Not yet. We'll let him go. Out of no name, I think. We'll let him go out of no name, then I'm not holding him up. Make it a late apex to let him through. There you go, McLaren. Go, go, go. That's the dirt, yeah, that's pulling me along. Hard tyres are warming up. Almost done. Almost done. Oh, Jesus. Almost done. I do not need to look after these tyres. I really do not need to look after them. They'll last up to 60 laps. We're definitely not doing 60 more laps. That's second place coming through. Ample fuel to go home. Drive Heinz a long way back. Right, let him go at let him go there, yeah. And we're already out of the dirty air zone. That's fine. The next people behind are quite a way back. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. Now, oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. Didn't need to do it like that. on 70 flat. Almost there. Got ample space to the guys behind. Right, chat, there's one last little thing I want to try and do. There's one last little thing. I want to take the car and see if we can get it to 75 laps. Because tomorrow, 29th of December, will mark the birthday of one of my best friends who passed away when I think he was 35. It was like a granddad to me. When my granddad passed away at 5 years old. He didn't need to act as my granddad, but he did. So let's get a 75. Died of pneumonia. I'm coming for you, John. I'm coming. Bring it home, John. Granddad. Dad. Hard tyres are the happy tyres. They actually are so comfy to drive on. Got 12 minutes remaining. We can definitely get 75 in. So long as we stay below 2.5 minutes a lap, we're bringing it home. Come on. Not sure we got. Oh, check in a sec. Check in a sec. Burn it. All in. Next lap. All in on fuel. Let's do it. Bit too much of the initial curve there, it's okay. We can burn the fuel now, we can make the car light. Our blue flag's in the excess back marker coming up. Not quite yet, but in a minute I will. Ooh, okay. Right. Well, at least that solves the conundrum of getting that guy out of my way. Oh. I think I know what happened there. Definitely think I know what happened there. But he ran a bit wide, coming onto the second curve, hit the AstroTurf, and then tried to counter steer it when the rear end started to slide. So that is a very heavy car, the Ford GT. It's only free. Free to go. He's catching up. We'll probably have to let him go at no name. If not a little earlier, we're not letting him go on the Kimmel. And I shouldn't have upshifted there. I would have burned fuel. Ah, sod it. Come on. I'm a GTR. Alright, we're good behind for now. Six minutes, we can do 2 more laps after this, and that'll be it. No more worries. Got a guy coming up into bus stop now. So he'll probably be closing up into lapping range by the next lap. Ample fuel. Ample. Guy behind's probably had an accident, I think, because he's just disappeared. Or he's gone into the pits and he's not close enough. Oh, I don't know. Does it really matter? Almost made a mistake. Tiredness is really kicking in. One more lap. One more lap. Crikey, I think that would have been a low 221, or perhaps even a 220 if I'd have made that mistake. The nearest person to lap me is just coming out of the source now, so that's fine. Oh, jeez. Looking at the tyre wear chart, you can see that the hard tyres are sort of shrugging their shoulders going, what do you mean tyre wear? We don't know what that means. Okay. This is the final full lap, I believe, unless the next one they count it sort of as soon as the timer hits 0, you finish the lap you're on, and that's the end of the race. We'll have to see. That one's for you, John. Engage wet. Unfortunately, we don't have nitrous. We just have a V6. We'll get to the end of the race unscathed on fuel capacity. Yeah, there we go. There's the wharf under me. The fact that I'm getting no lapping indicators may mean no, it is a back mark. Sorry, a front runner. I was going to say, could it be 11th place coming up to try and unlap himself? This is the final lap then. 76 laps. Yeah, you got the time remaining gauge on the right hand side. Let's bring her home. Let's bring her home. That's it. That's it. And only myself and the front runner were the two people not to pick up a penalty. Dad, that one is for you. I'll go on to 2020 in your memory. And I got a clean race star as well. Oh. Thank you to all those of you who've tuned in. Thank you. Thank you very much for supporting me. To those who donated, thank you for the support. Jesus. Let me just write down 76. Oh, that's how many we did. Oh, Jesus. Oh well. Ah, not tomorrow now. Oh yeah, I need to save the replay. Hold on. What's Racecom saying? Yeah, I'm going to have to put the funds in ice. No. Oh, I think that's it. Just see who texts me. Save it one more time. Oh, crikey. Yeah, the drink is working. I feel a lot more refreshed now. Ah. I'm calling it there. I think. Just make sure I save the replay. So I'm going to do a highlight reel of it. Jesus, my hands up. Oh, and here's the daily workout car that I've earned for not doing 26.2 miles, but for doing about 500 miles, I think. Oh, Toyota rally car. Good. Right, let's see how many miles that was, just for a laugh. That was 360 or 67 miles. We'll say 360 because of the practice starts. Ah. There it is. Right. Well, thank you to all those who tuned in. Thank you very much. Have a lovely night. And I've been Paul, TX141 Walsh. Until next time, I wish you all the very best and a happy new year.